Hello and welcome. We are the day before the Virgo full moon, and this is our Virgo full moon community ceremony. Whether you're here live or on the recording, we so appreciate that you take time to tune in for you, how Virgo and Pisces can serve you at this time. My name is Judy Keating, and I get to be the co-creative managing partner of Wise Transformation with Bonnie Salomon. We are two women intent on bringing elemental wisdom and feminine magic back into everyday life. So our agenda today is to talk about some upcoming events, call in sacred space, talk about what is this timing with Virgo full moon and Pisces sun, and get some ceremonial guidance using some oracle cards. And we'll be together probably about an hour, maybe a little less. So this particular go-round of Path of the 21st Century Priestess has started, but the doors are going to close March 7th, 2024. We already have a good circle of women who are ready to do this work. But if you don't know about Priestess, it's a deep lunar inner journey where you unearth your unique connection to the divine. And we do that through studying the elemental forces of creation, through ceremony, through sacred space, through dance, through journaling, through many other activities over the 9 months that we work together. And there's a special bonus in the class, so we're actually going to go 10 months this time. But if Priestess is something that piques your interest, please go to wisetransformation.com. I also wanted to remind anyone who might be listening, if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I have a variety of energy coaching intuitive sessions that I do with my clients, and they're pretty unique. So if you'd like a chance to meet with me, you can go to this link. It's this picture on the Wise Transformation website. And the other thing that I want to be sure to tell you about is if you live in the Atlanta area, or you might want to take a trip to Atlanta in the fall, we are doing an incredible one-day event. We are sponsoring it. It's being put on by two phenomenal women who are going to lead this event, but we are the sponsors, and it's Laughter Enlightenment Autumnal Festival. And it's on a Sunday. It's on a September 15th, 2024. And all of the details will be announced soon. It's going to be incredibly fun and engaging, and a way for us to hug each other in person. We did live events in 2020 and 2021, and we took a little break. So this will be a one-day incredible fun day that you will walk away with tools and memories and perhaps a picture or two. So just put September 15th as a whole date on your calendar. So we're going to open to the living field of creation. And I'm really going to ask you to center today. We're in, this is a very sacred pairing of Virgo and Pisces. And so just call on the sacred part of you, the part that's connected to the source of all, God, Goddess, whatever name that you call it. We just ask that as you connect to that place, that you invite in whatever support you need right now. The elemental forces of creation of Earth, for gratitude, for structure and form, for organic timing and trusting our unique timing, and water, for the power of love, the inner children we all are, for play, and the ability to float emotionally, to just let things be. And as I breathe deeply, I call upon air. The realm that allows us to dream, the realm that allows us to imagine, to envision, to be the visionary of our own life. And fire, the sun, the element of transformation, our ability to go, our ability to move, our ability to take action on our own behalf. And spirit, the source, our soul, the unique divinity in each one of us, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, sacred union of the two. We just ask that these forces be here and support us as we look deeply at what we want to manifest or what we want assistance with or guidance with today. In the new earth energies, so it is. So we're at a point of a full moon, and whenever that happens, the full moon is in one astrological sign, which is Virgo, and the sun is in another astrological sign, and they happen to be opposite archetypes on the wheel. And so we have Virgo and Pisces. So today we're focused on the energy of the feminine because we have both an earth and a water sign that we're working with. So we're working with the feminine axis, the receptive axis, the one that allows us to have deep, deep compassion for others and ourselves, that allows us to create sacred space wherever we are. So because it's a Pisces sun, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Pisces teaches the importance of a compassionate heart. It feels the grief and suffering in humanity and responds to it with a loving, caring heart that heals. It's deeply spiritual, intuitive, and psychic. It serves the world by dreaming the visions of a peaceful planet and selflessly helping others to create a better life. Pisces completely merges with humanity and the divine. There can be no definition sometimes between the three. And as the third expression of the element of water, it is how we interact with, in the largest perspective, to the collective. It's one of the four giver signs. The others are Cancer, Capricorn, and Virgo. Notice all are earth and water. This is the energy of the compassionate heart of Buddha or Christed being, a bodhisattva. Its primary focus is selfless service, like Mother Teresa. Caretaking has to be mindful of codependence or service worker burnout. It may be very dedicated to their spiritual life, and it's considered the poet's soul. So when you feel into that energy, you want to allow compassion for yourself. And we're going to commingle that with the energy of Virgo, which is very dedicated to their sacred work. They're very hardworking and industrious. They honor the patterns of life and nature. In their families and communities, they are the priest or priestess, bringing awareness to the way changes affect life by creating time and space to honor life passages. They create and often officiate ceremonies that recognize the transitions of birth, puberty, a new job, the loss of a job, marriage, divorce, menopause, elderhood, and death. And there's so many other ways that we need ceremony in our life that this archetype can help us to recognize. With Virgo, they teach the significance of dedicated work, consistency, would be a watchword for Virgo. They understand how the cycles, rhythms, and timings all go together, and they see patterns. They access the priestess within to honor the sacred in the natural world through ritual and ceremony. They're organized, practical, dependable, productive, and very hardworking, with a tremendous capacity for handling the details of the earthly realm. We all have access to the Virgo archetype, whether it's in our chart or not, and really understanding that our lives are sacred, our work is sacred, and what we choose to give our heart, energy, and mind to is important and should be considered sacred no matter what we're doing. So I'm going to give you a little music, as I usually do. You want to focus on, where do you want guidance today? We're in this window of very sacred energy, opening ourselves to self-compassion. In this next 2-week window, what is it you're working with? What is it you're creating? What is it you want guidance with? Hone in on what that is, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Okay, it looks like people are done. So if everybody got something really juicy. So I always give credit. We get our guidance from the Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle. This is a deck we've used for years in this community, and Lisa Michaels is the creatrix. And you may have a deck, and if you have a deck, I'm going to encourage you to pull your own cards as we go through our process. And we're going to start with Earth. So if you don't have a deck and you'd like to see which cards are calling you, I can see a couple. Okay. You want to just make note of your cards. I'm just going to give another minute. I can't tell Wanda if you're done, so I want to make sure I give you a chance to look at all of them. So I feel into the energies with each of the elements, and I come up with, oh, thanks, Wanda. I come up with a question. If this question doesn't resonate for you, please just ask Earth what it wants you to know. But because of the timing and Virgo being so fastidious, I was like, what area of physical reality needs freshening, ordering, or clearing as a possible inquiry towards whatever you're working towards? Take that or your own connection to Earth. There's absolutely no requirement to share, but if you want to type in the chat or talk, speak out loud what you got. It's sometimes enriching in our conversations. Okay.
I'll share if
I would
okay,
love
I
it,
was
Claire.
thinking. I've been in the process of cleaning out my closet for like a week now, so it's like half empty, half full, and so I just keep getting stuck in it though, and like this fear that I need something, or I'm gonna need it, or like just stuff I've held on to for no reason, but thinking I am. So this question is very clearly good for me, and I need to just finish tackling that closet and probably all the subconscious reasons that's as well.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you. Can I tell you, I've had the same issue. Can I tell you a little secret? I put some things in a 30-day box. Uh, and I just say, okay, and I make an appointment with myself 30 days later. If I haven't looked in the box, or it kind of gives me a bridge to like not breaking that bond if I feel like, oh, am I going to need it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. This really is a time when you feel like you want more order. And order and organization is so important in having clarity and having less, if we know where things are, we're not constantly like in chaos. And I'm a recovering chaos creator in terms of my environment sometimes, but it will help in terms of, oh yeah, Wanda says I need to break that pattern as well. Yeah, thank you, Wanda. Yeah, it is interesting how our stuff has energy and memories, and we're sometimes afraid to release it. But sometimes we need that empty space so something new can come in. And that's part of the organic timing of Earth. Things have a life cycle. Great conversation, ladies. All right, we're going to move on to water. So these are the water cards, and I'm just going to let you have some silence while you look at it. Okay. Is water talking to us today? With the Pisces sun, it probably is. Okay, take that information, take that water card. And this is the question I came up with. Where can you infuse compassion and sacredness into your emotional life? So allow that one to just be with you. Go with the flow with this one. See what water wants you to know. Okay. Looks like everybody is done. I hope that is helpful for you. And now we move to air. Check the chat. Oh, Wanda shares. Thank you, Wanda. I'm going through a spiritual transformation. I'm all over the place with emotions at this time. This card gave me something to really think about. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you for sharing. Glad you're with us today. Okay, now we're going to look to air. Okay. Hopefully you found the cards that are just right for you. And because Pisces is such a dreamer, it dreams humanity forward through many different ways of psychically dreaming. The question that came to me is, where do you need to breathe life into new dreams for yourself? Where do you need to breathe life into new dreams? Beautiful. Beautiful. How are you doing? Just give me a thumbs up. It's going okay. Good. Good, good. All right, we're going to move to fire. The beautiful fire cards. Okay. Just give it another 10 seconds, making sure everybody got a chance to pull. If you're listening to the recording, you can always pause it if I go a little too fast. Okay. Now, fire is all about transformation and action. So this is a big world question. One of my mentors, Richard Rudd, the author of the Gene Keys, says this is the most important question humanity can ask. So I just thought I'd throw it in here today. What actions can you take to be of greatest service to the whole? And I want to be clear, those actions don't have to be on a big stage or seen by a lot of people. What is another way to say it is, what is yours to do? What actions can you take to be of greatest service to the whole? It's what we're going to focus on right now. Or if you have another inquiry from fire, please use it. Okay. Alrighty. Now we're calling on spirit. Hopefully you found a card or two. So this is an interesting concept for some, but actually part of our job doing this work in the world is bringing spirit into matter more. So how do you desire to bring spirit into matter? I see your question, Wanda, and I'll address it after we're done. I was coughing, and so I muted myself, and then I was talking. Um, ever silly am I? um, Wanted to ask a question, and I want to just say it on the recording because people won't see the chat. So the deck is called the Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle. And if you go to lisa-michaels.com, lisa-michaels.com, you will see an option to buy the physical deck. And there's also an option to have them on your phone through Deckable. And it's just really cool because I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but I'm pulling up my cards and I'm going to create a collage for my, and put them up so I can see them. So I'm going to stop share for a second. And I know the whiteness of the phone is hard, but I just pulled my earth card. So I'm going to create a little collage with my phone. And the reason I want you to know about this is because if you have friends that you want to share the deck with, this is a really easy way to do it, to have it on your phone to travel with. But the physical deck is awesome. So go to lisa-michaels.com. But if you want to get the version on your phone, I would recommend going to Deckable, DECKABLE.com, and looking up the Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle. That's going to be the most direct way to get it. So I wanted to make sure to give Lisa that plug because they're absolutely beautiful. So the last step we take is we take all the cards that we've discovered and whatever it was we decided to focus on, and we come up with a unified field message. So that just means, how do we pull it all together? One way that you can do it, but you don't have to do it this way. I want you to feel totally at your own creative spark here. But one of the ways you can do it is you can take the cards that you drew and put them together in a sentence. And I'm just going to give you an example of that with the cards that I drew. By willing to dive deep and tending my emotional self, I will have more peace and passion, and my personal responsibility will enable me to build my future. So I just took the cards and put them together in a sentence. You don't have to do it that way, but it is one way to sort of have a walk away message. You want to do what's right for you right now. I'm going to give you a few minutes. What's your takeaway? How do you want to put it all together so that when you're working on your intentions tomorrow and seeding them, how can this be of help? Okay, did you both finish? Okay. If there's anything you'd like to share, you don't have to. I just want to give you a chance before we close and I announce the next call.
Yes, I was gonna put it in the chat, but it's maybe easier just to say it. But yeah, I really like seeing that, like weaving them back together because it really was, I was calling out different things with the different energies, and then I realized how they really do work together. And so it was a nice message, just kind of putting it together for me. I was thinking like nourish the inner child by surrendering to the life force. Let it move you into the warmth of the radiant self. And then just the final thing was just to play, like, and so it just felt very good. Like that just, that really tied it all together for me. And I feel like it was a wonderful message. So thank you so much.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, Claire, for sharing. And if you, oh, I want to read Wanda's before we close. Okay. Wonderful, Wanda. I'm so glad. I do want to let you know if you like doing this, you might have friends that like doing it. It is free. Tell them about it. You can direct them to our YouTube channel. And the next call is going to be on Friday, March 8th. Now, I don't want all the calls to be on Friday. It just is the way it's falling because the actual Pisces new moon is on March 10th, which is a Sunday. And I know people have full weekends, so I just wanted to do it the closest day to the actual new moon. But I'm going to guess that after this call, maybe we'll switch to a different day of the week. I don't have a time on the slide, but I might make it 1 o'clock just to be different next time. So I'll change that and be sure to put in the notes on YouTube that it's going to be 1 o'clock on Friday, March 8th. Closing the sacred space we've created together with much appreciation and gratitude for all who listen here and listen to themselves. Be well. Really enjoy the richness of this sacred time. Take good care. See you soon.